And that is The Godfather, a movie filled with so many lessons, an absolute classic in every sound of the word and every meaning of the word. And that's what I'm using to welcome you, the main theme from the movie. That's how I welcome you to today's edition of Film Focus on Smooth 98.1, where we love music, we love life, and we love movies. So if this is your first time, you are officially welcome to Film Focus on Smooth 98.1. Drum rolls for another exciting edition of Film Focus on Smooth 98.1. And every Friday from 11 till 11:55, we talk movies, we talk series, we talk animations, we talk documentaries, we take your opinion, we review movie series and all of those things. And of course, we get to give you what to watch for the weekend and beyond. So, yes, you're in the right place if you're a fan of all the above mentioned and more. And my name is Oluwaseun. We have a number of ways that you can use in joining the conversation. There is WhatsApp, there is a call line. We're currently streaming live on YouTube, and that is at Smooth 91 FM Lagos. Again, at Smooth 91 FM Lagos. And personally, I am live on my IG page as well. So if you want to join me, you can simply search for Oluwaseun R.Olusegun on Instagram. That said, it's always a delight to have the company of two seasoned film analysts, writer, and entertainment stakeholder, as I would often say. And of course, you know that each time they come on the show, they come correct, not with any sentiments, but with facts, figures, and everything in between. So please welcome with me the men from the Edo States, Benin Kingdom. No, I guess Esan man. Welcome with me, Oris. Good morning, Oris.
Hi, Sean. Thank you very much for the semi-elaborate introduction. Well, as usual, we are back.
Back for like we never left. And of course, the one and the only Irabor Okosun. Good morning.
Hi, Sean. Good morning. Oris, morning, everybody. Good morning.
All right. Thank you for joining us again this week. How have you gentlemen been?
Good. Not bad. Actually added weight this week, surprisingly.
What happened?
In this economy, show what you do, please.
I see. Surprisingly, I really don't know. I'm even still trying to figure it out. You know, I added 2 kg. Shockingly. Wow.
I have a number of possibilities. Number one, you've been taking too much smoothies. Number two, you're stressed. Number three, you've been taking lots of sugar.
Sugar, okay. No, I don't drink sugar now, you know now.
And so what's wrong? What exactly have you been eating?
What's wrong? Why is it wrong? It's gonna be a good thing.
I tell you.
You want to, okay, by all means, stop the fat like a camel, so it's good.
Yeah. I'm saving up for December. I don't know if it will be 30 or not.
Even if it's not dirty, you're going to have food to eat, so you don't exactly need to store up the fat. But it's
I'm the only one in the country, so no more family in the country.
More reason why you're going to have inflow towards you, if you know what I mean. All right, that said, what have you been up to, Oris, and what have you been watching?
A lot actually, but let me say internationally. I saw a random comedy series on the Red app called Friends from College. I think it came out in 2017 or 2019. I'm not sure now. But anyway, I randomly stumbled upon it and I was like, hey, let's just see what it's about. And let's say I saw the two because there's only two, they canceled it after the second season. So I saw the two seasons. I think each having 8 episodes, I believe, over over 2 days. So yeah, I think that's the series I saw. I started watching Life and Death by Bovi. It's on the Blue app. Not very good so far, but I mean, let's see. What else did I see? Then, of course, I finally went to the cinemas and I saw Farmer's Bride, which is, in my view, Irabor was correct. Quite possibly. Not possible, not possible. I mean, I haven't seen Wives on
Film
Strike
of
3
the
and whatever
year.
else. You said? Yes, 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 yes. So far, I mean, from what they have released, Nollywood has released this year that I have seen, like I said, I haven't seen. I'm hoping that Wives on Strike 3 is also good. But yes, definitely, this is definitely the best film I have seen from Nollywood this year. And I mean locally and internationally, by the way, because I've seen the films that went to Toronto. I think Farmer's Bride is actually better than they are actually. So yeah, anyway, yeah, so yes, it's a very, 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 very remarkable film. I was just impressed. And it's a very small cast. I think there's only 5 major um, roles in the film. Of course, there are a bunch of extras, but really it's just 5 major characters. And yeah, and it's really, really good. I mean, that's all I can say, right? The acting is quite on point. Probably the weakest part of the story. The strongest part of it is the writing, which is something I never say about Hollywood. I never ever say that because it's never true. But in this case, I think, yes, the strongest part of the film was the writing. Then the cinematography as well. Like I said, the acting was okay. Mercy Naigbe, by the way, quite a revelation. There are like 2 or 3 scenes where I think she really, 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 really shone. What else can I say? Yes, I mean, it's definitely a major, major recommendation. And yeah, if anybody has seen it, I would like to hear what they think. And if you haven't seen it, this is a very, very strong, strong recommendation saying, hey, go to the cinemas and see the film called Farmer's Bride. I think you would appreciate it.
That is beautiful to know because I don't think Oris is a man easily impressed. But the fact that you were impressed, I guess, on that farm, they cultivated great quality. So congratulations to everybody who made Farmer's Bride because you have the stamp of Irabor as well as a wreath. So, yep, there you go with your first recommendation for today. Farmer's Bride. I believe it's still showing in the cinema. And it's
Yeah,
getting
it is. And so, shockingly, it's a film made by one of the distributors. It's not even, I don't know, some random folks. The guys who who I criticize all the time about making terrible movies made one film in-house, and it's this good. I don't know. I'm quite impressed. I'm just impressed here. Like, you know what? Long may it continue, is all I can say.
I guess good things come out from the most unexpected places. All right, then, Irabor, what have you been watching?
First of all, Sheung, that your Minister of Agriculture pun. Now, wow. The cultivation of the now wow. Plantation get. Anyway, so I'm happy that Oris has seen Farmer's Bride. Like I said, movie of the year contender. I don't know if Oris saw Ajasheko. Those are my top movies.
I did. Also very good. But I would say I think Farmer's Bride is a bit better only because Farmer's Bride is novel, as in new, in a way that I don't think Ajasheko is new.
Yeah.
Ajasheko is bringing, what's it called, an old formula into a new bottle. Farmer's Bride in Nollywood is new. I don't think I've seen anything quite like it before here.
Yeah. The way it was done, everything tastefully. Yeah, I agree. Let's see what the awards, get to do the coming year. What have I been watching? Lincoln Lawyer, The Resident, Yellowstone. What else again? I think those 2. I'm still waiting for The Diplomat. I think that's coming next week. Then I would watch what's that movie? The one 93. I'll be Hijack 93 or something. That's what I'm going to watch.
It's on Friday. Today, actually. It's coming out today.
Yeah,
it's already out today. I'm not checked yet.
It's out. Yeah, it's out today.
Okay, perfect.
So that's what I'll be checking out. Then I'll be going to cinema tomorrow and Sunday as well. I need time out for myself. I beg. It don't reach. Let me go and add to this weight that I've carried. I think it's more relaxing that would get me there. So that's what I've been watching, really. Nothing beyond that. And I think some short films on YouTube. Yeah, I like to watch short films on YouTube, especially the one from Elka. All those guys. I just always want to see, what they're doing and everything. So and Film Lab and all those guys. Yeah.
Irabor, have you seen Wives on Strike?
No, I haven't seen. That's why I want to go and see Wives on Strike. By the way, you say you watch Friends from College. I've been making that recommendation for the past 10 years on this show. I'm happy that somebody else has.
Funny, I can't remember you ever saying it. I can't
Ah,
remember.
friends from
I
college. Yeah,
I literally just stumbled upon it and said, hey, you know what?
it's a
This was when maybe
gem.
on Wednesday or Tuesday. I'm just like, let me even try it. And I liked
It's
it.
a very good show. I don't know why they didn't do season 3. It
You know,
needs a
because of
season
course
3.
it's a very annoying. I think everybody in the show is quite annoying, to be honest. And I don't think people were tired of them by the second season, frankly. They are really terrible people, frankly.
They are terrible human beings. My goodness. I wish I don't have friends like that. Kai.
Okay, well, I stumbled on something in the week, and that led to me watching the series. And I have often said it, that I'm not a fan of watching series before the season completes or before the entire thing finishes. But for some weird reasons, I came across a short clip where the main character gave a very captivating performance. And because of that, I went to search for it. And here I am watching a movie, or rather watching a series that just started early this month, I believe. And I don't even know when it's going to be done. So I find myself waiting for episodes. So I guess in this life, never say never. So I say all of that to say I started watching Matlock. Has anyone come across it?
Matlock.
Yeah, Matlock.
Matlock, the old Matlock.
Is it the
No,
detective
not the
show?
old,
Exactly.
of course, not the 1986 Matlock. I'm talking about the reboot 2024 Matlock that started streaming on CBS. Yeah, it
How are you
started.
watching it, by the way? Sean, you want to tell us?
I've got some subscriptions.
I heard CBS and I'm like, how are you seeing
Oris,
CBS
set
shows in
that up.
Nigeria?
Some
Set that up.
subscriptions.
Set that up.
I have got some subscriptions, but it's really,
We will believe you. Thank you. Clap for yourself.
yeah. No, for real, for real. It's so I've not watched series in a bit, right? And even when I watch series, sometimes I tend to go towards the medical series, but this one is a legal drama, and it's beautiful. The acting is beautiful. The dialogue, and I know Irabor is usually heavy on dialogue, so is it Oris now?
Oh,
Dialogue
yes. Oh, yes.
is
Nobody wants
great.
this.
Yeah. So I find myself watching Matlock, and here we are, and 2 seasons in. So I think one of the things I like about it is how, yes, it's a running story, everything connects, but when you watch each episode, you're not left hanging. So it's not like a cliffhanger. So you come to a place of rest after each episode. Yes, you're looking forward to what happens, because ultimately, it's a woman trying to get justice for a daughter that passes on as a result of overdose on drug. But you know that she's going somewhere. However, after each episode, you are at rest. So Matlock it is. That said, this is the part where we tell you what is being watched in Nigeria. But before I get to that, I think part of what to expect on the show today, we're going to talk about Blood Sisters getting new directors. Totally something that I didn't expect at all. And we have Daniel Orai as well as Kayode Kasum. And I guess there are two people, that's Oris and Irabor, like, going by their quality. And then we're also going to talk about the criticism that was faced by Faithia Balogun after promoting and dropping teaser about her movie, Efunroye. Then there's going to be the talk about the epic that is coming out of Bini. And then we also talk about the biopic by that you had of Wale Soyinka, rather, that you have Lateef Adedimeji in there. And of course, we're also going to touch on Idris Elba moving or planning to move to Africa. I'm not sure why people decided to sensationalize that news, by the way, because according to him, it's going to be in 5 to 10 years. So it's like a process. But the way headlines were flying across social media, you would think that he's moving to Africa tomorrow. So we'll talk about that. Right. So we'll talk about that as well. You are listening to Film Focus on Smooth 98.1.
Hi, this is Michelle David. Keep listening to Smooth 98.1. Now, this is how your day starts. Welcome to Smooth Breakfast, an infotainment-packed show with just the right programming you need. Exactly what I do. By the way, don't forget traffic ahead. And coming up around 6.
So Lincoln Lawyer is number 1. Interesting. Maybe I should check it out.
Get entertained.
It's just decent. It's not the diplomat, but it's decent.
on your favorite sport on the locker room. Events if you had to, because Lagos talks here. It's all that and more, with music just for you to help you commute all the way to work. With Smooth Breakfast, Mondays to Fridays from 6 a.m.
Okay, so when we come back, I am going to talk about the list and then we get right into giving the updates, what's going on generally. I feel like even trying to recount what Nigerians are watching on Amazon Prime that is so. I'm going to hold back my comments.
Yeah, that's probably the worst of the apps in terms of their Nigerian content.
Like, no comments.
We need Bezos to intervene.
Not even his intervention is going to work this time. All right. The Avengers have assembled right here on Film Focus on Smooth 98.1. Of course, if you're a Marvel fan, you know where that track came from. You're currently listening to Smooth 98.1, and every Friday from 11 till 11:55, we talk movies, series, animations, documentaries. We give you updates about what's happening generally in the world of movies and film. Take you on a trip to different woods around the world: Nollywood, Hollywood, Gollywood, Wakaliwood. I remember that from the discussion last week. And bongo movies as well, and whatever it is that different countries call their movie industry. So now let's let you know what Nigerians are watching on some popular streaming app. And I'm going to start with the Red app. If you know, you know. Right here in Nigeria. Again, before I go ahead, a reminder that these are not necessarily the best of the bunch. Some of them are just recently added to the platform, and some, I don't know, people are coming across them for the first time. So some, it could be as a result of people checking it. They're curious about what it is. And yeah, so that's why you have these numbers. Not necessarily that they are.
Tell them, Seun. Tell them. Let them know.
Irabor, off your mic.
Disclaimer, yeah.
Number 10 on the Red app, you have Kandal. That's the title of that movie, top 10. Number 9 is The Hard Target, while number 8 is Lisa B, The Uprising. Number 7 is Outside, and number 6 is Uprising. I think it was Oris that checked that out last week, and it was not bad, I suppose.
Yep.
Now, number 5 is Ambulance, while number 4 is Justice. Number 3 is Family Park. And number 2 is a movie that if you have people that are under 16, they should not watch it. Happiness is a title. While number 1 is The Shadow Strays. So if you're a fan of ninjas and swords and things like that, you might want to check it out. But it is 2 hours, 25 minutes. Now, if we go over to the series aspect, number 1 is The Lincoln Lawyer. And I think Irabor mentioned that it's a decent watch. Number 2 is Inside Life. I'm going to hold back the next comment. Number 3 is Chucky. Number 4 is Prison Break. Number 5 is Last Year Single. Number 6 is Gundam, and that is about vengeance. Number 7 is Deceitful Love. Number 8 is South Korea, Love Next Door. Number 9 is Outer Banks, and number 10 is Virtuous Business. On that note, gentlemen, shall we dive into what Nigerians are talking about, especially from the movie industry? If you're a fan of Blood Sisters, well, season 2 is coming out and we're having 2 new directors. We've got Daniel Orai, and we have Kayode Kasum. So both, they're going to be 4 episodes, and 2 of them will direct 2 episodes respectively, or each. What do you think about that new lineup? Oris?
I was a little surprised that they're getting new directors, but maybe, I mean, halfway surprised, not fully, because of course, the first episode of the first season was directed by B. Bandele, who is now late, who was passed on, and the last 2 were directed by Kenneth Gang. Of course, Kenneth Gang is still alive, so I was expecting that maybe he'll be back, but apparently not. So it's Kayode Kasum and Daniel Riaki, which is kind of, well, maybe that's the idea, right? Because I think of them as people who have distinct styles. They are not even similar, in a sense. Daniel has the more artsy, I guess, outlook on stuff. Kayode is a very, very pop, colorful kind of director. So in a sense, this is like a study in contrast. Daniel, the more arty filmmaker. Kayode, the more commercial, poppy filmmaker. So maybe that's the idea, right? What we then get when at the end of everything is 4 directors with 4 unique styles on the same project. Of course, let's not forget that the person who is behind all of this is somebody called Moabudu, whose Ebony Life has a specific type of style, So I think what happens is all 4 directors will have to be working under the style that Ebony Life has created over the past 10, 12 years. So in that sense, the real author of this project are not the directors. It's actually Ebony Life. So you expect the same colors, the same celebrities, the same, I guess, Nollywood-esque twists. The script is written by, I think, the same people that wrote the first one, which is a bunch of South Africans. I'm not a big fan of that, but knowing how bad we are at screenwriting, maybe this was the only way for the Red App to commission the show. I also thought that the first season ended the way it should end, but I guess it was popular enough for them to say, hey, what else can we dig up? I think a few days ago, a few days ago, I was speaking to somebody who is somewhat around this project. And she was telling me that she expected that they would be going to a prequel, but apparently not. It's not a prequel. It's actually what happens after the last scene, which, if you remember, ended with a gunshot. So I guess fingers crossed. I'm sure it will do numbers again because the first part was quite popular. And I don't think Moabudu has lost her magic. So fingers crossed across the board.
Fingers crossed. Now, in terms of the cast, aside the faces that we've seen, Nancy Isime, Ini Dima Okoje, and DME Okolawo, I'm not sure how that's going to work, though. But we're going to have new faces like Kate Henshaw. Or no, we're going to have Uche Jumbo, Genoveva, Michelle Dede. Those were the ones that were there before. So we're going to have Michelle Dede, we're going to have Ifeanyi Kalu, there'll be Bolaji Ogumola and Mike Afolari joining them. So Irabor, what's your take?
I mean, the fact that there's consistency, with Moabudu and her production house, we have to applaud that because a lot of people enter the game and there's no consistency. So we have to applaud that first of all. I mean, even if there is a difference in opinion on certain things that she has released over the years, yes, I mean, it's expected. But for this one, Blood Sisters, I think this is a good franchise that season 1 really, brought people in following, the fiasco of, well, I would say fiasco in my own opinion, of Chief Daddy 2 and all the other ones.
You just had to go there.
So no, I mean, you understand what I mean now. That's why you're giving them disclaimers that even if they are top 10, being watched right now in Nigeria doesn't mean that people like it. It's just because of initial gra-gra and all that. So we have to point all these things out. There's no issue. Now, with regards to the writing, I agree with Oris. I don't understand why, South Africans, like he said, they don't do well. She has enough connections. I don't know why she's not bringing in British writers or British Nigerian writers or Nigerians that have been showrunners for several shows, like the one with This Is Us. A Nigerian was there. Insecure, a Nigerian was also there. Although they're not Nigerians living in Nigeria, they're also Americans. So I think she now needs to let go of the reins in certain areas. Like Oris pointed, these directors that we know that we love, Kaede Kasum and Daniel Oriahi, I feel Kaede too is sort of like Daniel. He's artsy and technical. If you look at Oga Bolaji, one of the first films I think he
But
released.
is it still like that? That's only the first. I think after that first film, I'm not sure you can describe Kayode as artsy. He has a particular style, but I don't think of him as artsy actually.
So the thing be say, Baba had to pivot. You know, you now understood that
No, I
you have
understand.
to
Of course, I get it.
commercialize this whole thing and also still be artsy in a way, but still deliver. You know, so he's going with the flow of the industry. He's very adaptable. If you look at all the films he has released, you know, he has done Obaram, he has done, you know, all these other movies that it's either horror, drama, this one, Ileo and all those things. So he has diversified his portfolio. That's why I will always have my respect. You know, see Ajoshekwa and all that, you know, and he also does films for other people that most people don't even know about. Daniel too as well. He's keeping, you know, with what he knows and what he likes to do. So I'm happy that she's opening up to having those directors, even if maybe they may not go with their own house style, they'll just do what she wants. But the fact that she's now opening up to those guys, nobody can gang, which I'm not really a fan of, like that, you know. B Bandele, rest in peace. So this one, I'm actually looking forward to a bit of Daniel and Coyote sipping in to this particular season. A prequel would have been nice, you know, giving us a backstory of sorts, because they have the resources to do all these things. That's why we would always be heavy with our criticism when it comes to Moa and all the other people. So I'm actually happy about this. I look forward to it. Hopefully next year, we're not going to be having press releases flying around about, you know, what she has done. And what, I mean, the fact that Moa Abudu had to go and bring out a press statement and release video, that shows that she heard what Nigerians are talking about. And I want Nigerians to press everybody's necks when it comes to these things, because right now subscription is not easy. You know, for the fact that we don't even know where Shehu is watching her own series now, you know, we have to really be very, very particular about our money and everything. I have a question. Sorry, we now have red pill, blue pill. What do we call the pill that is in Nigeria? That one that begins with S. What color do
You
we
have
ascribe?
asked this question, Irabor. We call it purple. Purple.
Purple pill.
Purple or orange?
We simply call it rainbow.
The rainbow pill.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's definitely orange in my own share. And I'll stick to orange. Thank you.
Because that's where I watch. That's why I watch Yellowstone. That's what I'm saying. I wanted to know to ascribe it to it. So.
Okay, so the rainbow pill for Oris, it is orange. For Irabor, I don't know. He's on the fence. Whatever we call it is what.
That's how I identify. I identify as any color. Don't worry.
You identify as rainbow. All right. On WhatsApp, we have messages. By the way, if you want to join this conversation, the WhatsApp line is very much open, and that is 0809-444-0981. Again, 0809-444-0981. Please include your name, especially if you're sending a message for the first time. Mayowa from Ikeja says, hello guys, Penguin is a dark series and it's very good. I just finished watching Rookie, waiting for season 7. Anybody seen Penguin?
Oh, yes. That reminds me. I was seeing Penguin actually just last night. So I've seen the first 3 or 4 episodes. Actually, it's okay, but I think a lot of the praise online is a little bit too much. I don't think it's as great as they say, but it's actually quite decent.
In totally unrelated news, what this Penguin reminds me of, one cartoon I was forced against my will to watch because I had nephews then. And it was so boring, so annoying, yet it was funny. And they would often shout. It was just a bunch of penguins that were non-verbal. And they would shout, Pingu, Pingu. And I just remembered them. Oh. Yeah, you know it.
Yes, now Pingu, now from the 80s.
Yeah. It was funny, annoying, and at the same time entertaining. I had to love it because I watched it many times because of my nephew. I had to watch it with them. So, Pingu, Pingu. All right, moving on to the messages. Dan from Lekki says, greetings, guys. When the discourse primarily revolves around the development, motivations, and relationship of the character with great external events and sequences, that's Lucky Hank series. I just can't get enough of that guy's brashness. Anyone seen it?
What? No, what is the name?
Lucky Hank.
Nope.
Okay, so I guess we have one recommendation from Dan from Lekki. Okay, moving on. Let's talk about the heavy, and emphasis on heavy, backlash that Faithia William got on social media when she wrote, and I quote, power, trade, legacy. She was more than a warrior. She was a ruler who rewrote history. Efunroye, the unicorn, is coming to your screens soon. And this is a story about the merchant, the slave trader, Efunroye Tinubu. So Nigerians had a lot of things to get off their chest. And gentlemen, anything to say to that? Irabor.
Oh, I didn't know you were, calling me. I thought Oris normally takes points sometimes. So anyway, see, remember that time when, who was the person who released the film? Was it this year or last year, where they gave Bobrisky a prize for best dressed female or something? I don't know if you remember. Remember that promo that they did.
Yes,
so again,
something actually Kuku also. What's the title? I don't remember.
Ajakaku, it was the screen, it was the premiere of Ajakaku.
Ajaka something. Why did I call it Ajakaku?
One of those films. So everybody is going to have their opinions with regards films that are being released. Brother would even had an issue because of the cultural statements that they were trying to make or whatever they tried to use. So many will question whether historical figures with controversial past should be celebrated in films, which I feel that's what should be done. Whether it's good or bad, me, I'm just looking at it from a technical standpoint. Are they nailing it from a technical standpoint? And are they also giving us the actual correct accounts? That's what I feel we should focus on and stop being emotional about certain things. If it happened before, I mean, there's nothing wrong in telling the story. That's what should happen in our education system, where we're letting people know about our history. I mean, history, not just particular tribes. I'm talking about history in general. Because if you have conversations with people these days, you're just like, these people are empty heads. What's going on? Did you go to school? Even if you went to school, are you not reading? You're in technological age. What's going on? So if, again, you have historical figures that have controversial past, they should be talked about. I mean, give them the account. If you're going to talk about Bachak, Badamosi, and the institutions should stop preventing people from telling these stories. And everybody should stop being overly sensitive. It's not like you're going to take a crap in, let's say a church or something, and whatever it is, we just need to know what we're doing and stop being fooled by all these emotions and all that. So that's my own take, Sha. I look forward to the film, for sure. There's no film I don't think I won't watch, and I'll criticize it last. So that's my own 2 cents.
Oris, what's your take?
Yes, I think Irabor covers the broad feelings I have towards concerning this particular project. It should be made. That's what I believe. So bad, good, whatever. My own problem though is that I just suspect that a lot of people who are behind this project don't actually know enough to do this project. That's my major issue with it. And I don't know whether it's good or bad or what they know, how they're going to portray this particular lady. But from the way the poster and the initial that the lady put up, the producer actress Faithia put up, and just like I just sense that this is going to be one of those poorly made stuff all over again, frankly. I think sometimes you can tell how well a thing is going to be, even just by the first few noise that's made about it. The poster seems to be like, I'm not quite sure about this poster. And I have a big issue with the unicorn bit. I'm just like, this is how you know people don't know what you're doing. You don't know what you're doing. I'm not sure that calling a human being a unicorn is like, I don't know, it's not the greatest. It doesn't seem to me to fit, referring to a person as a unicorn. And this historical person as a unicorn, I'm just like, she's real, right? What is the unicorn? That's a mythical creature. Anyway, there's all parts of it that I feel like I have a big issue with. None of it, though, is related to the politics of showing the film. I also wonder whether they are going to portray her as a hero. It looks to me like, because it's going to be played by the person who is behind it, looks to me like Faithia is behind it in terms of like financing, and also going to be the person who's going to play the lead role. I sense that a lot of our actors do not want to play somebody like that if they cannot make the person look heroic. And that's the vibe I was getting from what she put out initially, and which is why I am sort of in support of the backlash that she's gotten. Because I'm not entirely sure that in 2024, considering what, in quotes, her namesake is doing to the economy, we should be portraying her middle name, by the way. But don't worry, if you don't get it, you don't get it. I'm not entirely sure that we should be putting something like, especially if it is not true, you know, I think of her as a historical villain. So if you're going to show us that, you know, don't come and whitewash. I hate whitewashing of what's it called, people that we know are not particularly great people. And I suspect that because, of course, the person who is portraying her is not the person who is financing the project. And let's not forget, so we're in a very tribal country. The Faithia is Yoruba. This lady too is Yoruba, or at least they both have Yoruba origins. I'm now thinking to myself that, okay, what are the chances that somebody from this particular place is going to say something negative about somebody from this place who is supposedly famous in that area historically? No, but not everybody is like, what's her name? Jade, who did Gangs of Lagos, even if she too is Yoruba, and I think she's also from a royal family. But she did Gangs of Lagos to say, hey, this is actually how some of these things are. But a lot of us feel like because we have this connection to this particular story, we cannot be critical. We cannot be truthful. We cannot be honest about what these people were. So that's really is my fear. Like, how right is the story going to be? And are we going to be expected to, what's the word, empathize? I don't do mind empathy, to be honest, you know, but I just want that when this movie is finally made, it is done well enough that we know who she is. And somebody's not telling us that, hey, this person is supposed to be this great, good person who saved our people, because that is not true. So anyway, long and short, I do not have a lot of confidence in what is going to come. I will see it, as Rabbi said. I'm always like open to see everything. But would I say that from what I have got, the vibe I've gotten so far, it's going to be a great picture? Honestly, I doubt. And this same feeling goes to what we're going to discuss next or subsequently. The one with Shoyinka and Adedimeji Latif. But let's get to it first.
I mean, just to add,
Okay.
you know, what do you say?
I was going to say that Faithia actually is Robo. She's not Yoruba.
Yes, no, that's why I switched it and said, you know what, the heritage, because let's face it, people say all of these things. Daddy Shoki is not Yoruba, but he's Yoruba. There are many people like that. They're born and raised here, so they no longer really associate so much with where their parents are from. That's what I mean.
Yoruba, go on.
Yeah, I'm saying that, you know, you have a lot of Whitney movies and movies about different people made by different people. So if maybe her own take doesn't really nail it, somebody can step up and do something. So I don't think we should put any embargo on the types of people, of which I get Oris's point, and I'm not saying he's saying that there should be an embargo. I'm just saying that there are some people that are just going to do something just like, you are not supposed to do this. You're not technically equipped or sound to do this. And I didn't want to raise that point before, but I mean, I'm glad he mentioned it. There are some people that shouldn't just be doing certain things. Like, you know, Sabi, just leave it. Don't be doing over syllabus. That's what I just wanted to add.
Well, one thing is certain that a lot of people are going to watch this movie, and I guess that's a pro because it's getting so much publicity even before the thing comes to the screen. So that, I guess, is some goodness for in it. But on first look, I think one of my bone that I have to pick is that teaser, that poster, because the story is something that goes way back to the 80s now, in the 18 something. Why does she have a face full of makeup, even though it's supposed to be a black and white? Why is her face fully made up?
You see, this is what I say when sorry, Rabo, sorry. This is what I mean when I say that sometimes you can tell already how bad or how good a project will be from the initial publicity. And that's exactly what I was saying. When you see that person, you're looking to yourself like, this doesn't look like it's going to be too good. But yeah, Irabor, please.
No, I was just emphasizing what you said. Like, that's what Oris was pointing out, in the sense that you see the way these guys release their film, the process, the poster, the trailer, the teaser, the marketing, everything, even the cast itself, the acting, everything. You're just like, I don't think this thing's gonna hit at all because of the types of people that you see. That's why when you see a movie starring or produced by or directed by, they put it in the promo because they know that these guys have done great work. Like if you see a Kayode Kasum, they'll say from the producers of Sugar Rush or the director, you understand? So, well, again, let's not down anybody. Let's see how it is, but I don't think it will hit like that. It's already taken the wrong turn.
Well, fingers crossed. And I guess it's important to also point it out that this is not as touching the story itself, which a number of people seem to be sentimental about. This is not the first time we're going to have the portrayal of Efunroye Tinubu. It's been done I think it was written by Professor Akinwumi Ishola, and that was in 80s. And it was directed by Gbenga Adewusi in 1989. Later on, it was adapted for television in 1989, 1990. And then they had the play. It was staged in the United States as well. So in case people are just shouting that this is the first time and you're going to whitewash, that's what we have to keep our fingers crossed. We're not sure if it's going to be whitewashing. It would be great if it is told as it is, because it's a chance for people to get to know history. But then, fingers crossed. Oris, what do you want to say?
No, I wanted to ask you, what did you say? Did they shoot this film in the US, or it's an American adaptation? What?
It was written as a play, and it was acted.
Okay, and the play has been no, of course, but I don't think that. But that's a play. It's not the same as a cinematic adaptation, is it?
I'm referring to the story. I'm talking about the story. I'm not talking about movie or not. I'm saying the first time. A number of people reacted to it as if this is the first time we're going to have this story out. It's not the first time. Yeah. Okay, so let's quickly take some messages and then we come back to discussing all that things. I have on Instagram, Ogbeni Skill A says, I feel Nigerians just react to things with sentiment. It's not the first time we see movies created showing an antagonist a point of view. There is nothing wrong in telling a story. Then Tosan Thompson says, I'm dying to see 3 Working Days by Deyemi Okonlawon. Okay. And she further says, the sentiment is my issue. A lot of these people don't have in-depth knowledge of these histories before turning the story into a movie. And she says, our biggest issue in Nollywood is still storytelling. Moving on to WhatsApp, Oluwakemi says, hi, Shell. Well, for me, Mo Abudu needs to do better, especially with the storytelling. There are so many good screenwriters who are Nigerians abroad that she can hire to give us amazing stories. I'm counting Kayode Kasum and Daniel to give us the amazing direction Mo Abudu's film needs. Okay. Mountain Lion says the title of the film is Ajakaju by Eniola Ajao. Thank you so much. I said Ajali Kuku. Wilson says, good morning, Madam Oluwaseun. My greetings to the gentlemen, Mr. Oris and Mr. Irabor. On a lighter note, Shola Shobowale's daughter is getting married. Okay. And Taya says, Irabor, Faithia is Delta, not Yoruba. Yeah, we pointed that out. Thank you.
It's not me that said it, though.
Sorry, did I say Irabor? Okay, no, it was, okay, he said Irabor. Remember what we said about you both sounding so similar on radio, sorry. So it was Oris, and we've dealt with that. Okay, now moving on, let's talk about that epic coming out of Bini, and that is something that is directed by James Omokwe, the one who produced Ajoche, Chetam, Riona, and Co. And then, sorry, did I say produced? Directed by James Omokwe and produced by Lillian Olubi. So, have you seen that teaser, gentlemen?
I definitely have not, but I'm always thinking of James Omokwe as the specific type of filmmaker. I mean, I think he's been stranded in the entire AM group of things. I mean,
honorable, tread lightly, honorable, tread lightly, tread lightly, honorable, tread lightly.
I'm just saying, I think of him as a particular type of person, a particular type of filmmaker. I mean, and he hasn't done, I don't know, much outside of that. But
let me interrupt you a bit. Considering that this itself is epic and that style of the story is epic as well, don't you think this is a very big plus?
I mean, look, I'm also from Edo State, so the Benin Kingdom is also my heritage. But I find that I haven't seen a single project from there. Not by the old Nollywood guy, what's his name, Lansdowne Maswin. And not by any of the new, anyway, I don't think there's a new guy from that place anyway. Daniel actually is from my state as well, but he doesn't do stuff like this. Yeah, but I haven't seen anything that would make me say, hey, let me champion this thing and carry it on my head, because frankly, a lot of what they've made from that area are just piss poor. And I am not a fan of any of it. So, I mean, this one, hopefully it's good, but like I said, once I see James Omokwe and I see it's one of traditional stuff, I'm just like, please, next.
Patience is a virtue, my dear friend. Irabor.
Oh, by the way, I mean, let's just applaud how beautiful Lilian Olubi is. She's a very beautiful woman. We have to acknowledge that one first.
Focus, gentlemen, focus.
I don't even know who that is. Lilian Olubi. I have to go and Google her.
Yeah, she's the lady, executive producing. So stunning pictures that I see here.
Wait, is she in the film?
No, she's the executive producer.
Producer.
How are you talking about? You're talking about her like she's an actress. This guy.
No. She could pass for an actress. She could pass for an actress, if you think about it. So I'm focused. It's film focus. I'm focused. So see, this is my own take. There's nothing wrong with niching yourself if you are making profits and you keep churning out work. I understand what you mean by James and his position in the industry, which I feel he just kind of fixed himself there and he's doing well. Maybe this is a way he wants to kind of branch out to other things.
But Irabor, has he done anything great, even in this niche you're talking about? That's my question. Has he? Anything that you say this was great?
So this is it. I get your point 1,000%. But yeah, he has done. James did Diche now.
This is not good now. I couldn't even watch it more than the first. Anyway, but
I enjoyed Diche. That one I enjoyed Diche. He has done some epics, with the rainbow people. Sorry, with the rainbow pale people.
Specify the rainbow people, please.
Shell, this thing is not easy. We need to meet management and be talking some names.
Let's change it back to orange. That rainbow is not rainbowing.
Orange, okay, orange pill. So I believe James can get better if he changes focus and tries to broaden himself beyond just the TV and the epics and everything. I think I won't use the word prolific, but I feel he's good enough or sensible enough to understand how to make changes in as much as he has been fixated on a particular area for so long. That's what I feel. It's until he has released like 4 or 5 projects, maybe on the big screen or other streaming services or whatever. And I'm like, okay, let me gauge this guy with that sample size. But so far, so good. He did try with what he gets. That's where I'm coming from.
Okay, thank you for your takes. Tosan says James Omokwe is very good with epic movies. He'll definitely direct this epic as good as he always does. And Chiamaka says, I watched Chitam. I loved it, based on James Omokwe's antecedents with epic series. I believe this new project will bang. And Tosan further says, Irabor needs to focus. Lilian Olubi is fine though. And then she further says, Ajoche and Chitam are good. Is it Ajoche? All right, moving on. Let's talk about what was said. Okay, before we go there, let's quickly touch on the biopic on on Wole Soyinka that is going to be out on the 29th of November. And that is done by Joshua Ojo, directed by Joshua Ojo. But you have Lateef Adedimeji playing Wole Soyinka. I didn't see that coming.
I like how that sounds. I didn't see that coming. Well, I definitely saw the poster, and my joke on X was that I would like to see the person who has the liver to show Soyinka this poster because it is such a. It's also, I don't know, man. Look, Nollywood, the extent of mediocrity in that industry shocks me sometimes to my teeth. I'm like, what exactly is this? You can just tell that whatever it is this guy has on his head that's supposed to be on his chin, that's supposed to be Soyinka's beard is badly made cotton wool or something. Anyway.
I did not know I was muted. I've been like this.
There are some pillows that are usually fluffy and very lovely for dreams. I think that's part of what they feel inside.
It looks like the sponge that we used to carry to secondary school back in the day.
And this is what these guys are decided to put on the cover of this time. It's like, this is how you know. Like I said, of course, you want to give people the benefit of the doubt and say, hey, let's see how the film pans out. But frankly, I see something like that, and I'm like, I can tell you that this is not going to be a great project, because you can already tell that the people who have done it are not devoted to excellence in the same way that the person you're talking about, Soyinka, is such an excellent writer.
You know this.
That you want people who are going to do his stuff to be people who are equally committed to that excellence in their own world, which is
But
filmmaking,
the
right?
Ebony Life, did they do well with his Shoyinka's work? The one that they were
That's
did
no,
they
of
do
course,
well?
no. That's a
They
different.
did do well now.
That's failed for a different reason, right? The problem with that one is B. Bandele is the person. I mean, bless his soul, who came from what's it called from theater, and a lot of his projects, that one and the one from 2014, Half of a Yellow Sun, have the same flaw, which is like they both look like they were made on stage. You understand? But that's a different kind of flaw. This one, look at the poster. My goodness, just like what is this? So anyway, my point is this: I will see it, or at least I hope I can see it. But from the poster, I can tell that this is not going to be a great project. And you can also tell again about the people who are connected with it. When you see all the names, I'm just like, nobody here tells me that is great. The actors are good in their own Yoruba wood. But generally, I do not think of them as people who I would go to if I want to do like a cerebral project. One. Two, the people who are distributing it, none of the big boys are. It's let me not mention their name anyway, that are distributing it. And then you have the quality of. My point is, every single thing that's connected with this thing so far, nothing tells me that, hey, these people here are going to do a work befitting of a Nobel Prize winner. That is the highest intellectual award in the world. You understand? And you want people who are going to take control of that kind of a biopic, that kind of a story, to bring that measure or something close to that to what they are doing. The poster tells me that that is not going to be the case. So it's a shame because Shoyinka can stay alive, and I wonder if you would see this nonsense done in his name. So hopefully, I mean, like Irabor said earlier, this doesn't mean that somebody else can't show up to do something better. So maybe, just maybe, we'll get that chance at some point. But frankly, for what I see, nah, this is not the project.
Oris, we thank you for your comments. Irabor, we don't have the time to take yours. You've laughed away the time you have used.
Oris, I found out how to. I now know how to lose weight. I'll just listen to Oris talk about Nollywood and I'll laugh and lose weight. I'm telling you, because but you know they've done something else. The man died by what's the
yes, who is a professor in NYU. So I mean, I've not seen that one yet. I'll see that at a free.
Wale Ojo, featured in that one as the character for Wole Soyinka. So let's see how it is. We'll compare both and
we'll compare indeed.
At the end of the day. But Oris now, wow, that distributor shade, Jesus Christ.
Mute yourself, Irabor. Well, thank you for your. I have muted you, and he keeps on muting himself. All right, so yeah, fingers crossed. I'm not even going to add the fact that I saw the first thing that caught my attention was the eyebrow? Yeah, eyebrow, and how it was so white. Till now, he's 90 years old and his eyebrows are not white yet. So go away, mute this guy. Thank you. So fingers crossed, we're going to see how that will turn out. And yeah, let me take some comments. Ogbeni Skill A says, I also didn't see it coming, but I read somewhere where Latif said he wants to be known as leading biopics. Maybe he could have worked as young Soyinka. Latif Adedimeji is a no-no for me. Who decided this mediocrity? This is going to be nothing but a crappy biopic. Oof, easy. And she's Tosan
who
says,
said that? Who is the person? Who said that?
Prof will be so much embarrassed on their behalf. We never can tell. I mean, fingers crossed. Please, gentlemen and ladies, hold your horses.
Wait, who said that? Who said the thing about Latif and mediocrity?
Tosan, yeah.
Tosan,
not mediocrity as touching me. Latif playing Wole Soyinka in this one. That's what she said.
What?
All right. So.
Okay. Anyway, but yeah, Tosan, I like you.
Bye-bye.
Now we people, now I know you're in him.
It's time for us to go. Thank you for being a part of the show, gentlemen. So can we wrap it up with your lovely recommendations for this weekend?
I have a recommendation. Idris Elba, don't come to Africa.
You're a world comedian.
Remind me not to play you guys again. Next week, we're going to have one of you.
My recommendation is yes, everybody listening to my voice, please see Farmer's Bride. We need, I mean, it's already done well. I think it's had like above 100 million so far, but I think it needs more. It's a very, very, very good film. And it's not perfect. There are flaws, especially towards the end, but it's a very, very good film. And I hope that, yeah, if you are listening to us, you take the time out to see the film at the cinemas. Farmer's Bride, that's the title.
But why should Idris Elba not come to Africa? He's Ghanaian, his mom is Ghanaian, the father is Sierra Leonean. So homie he's coming back to the motherland. You get what I mean? So what's your recommendation, Irabor?
Oh, my recommendation. I would say go and watch Yellowstone, go and watch Farmer's Bride. Just go to the cinema and go and watch movies. Watch Nollywood. We have a night in 2005. We have so many movies coming out, 3 working days. Just watch Nollywood and let's come and talk about it. I don't want only me and Oris to be talking about it so that it doesn't seem as if we are being harsh or one kind. So that's it.
Hijack 93 also. I think we will talk about it next week.
Hijack 93. Yeah. Hopefully you don't hijack my mute button.
Yeah, what?
My mute button.
Okay, so next week we'll be back again in Oris, Irabor, and of course Oluwaseun.
By the way, catch Oris Gram and Fimefico. Thank you very much.
Catch Oris Gram on Instagram, and then you can catch up with stories about different movies as well as industry and updates on Fimefico. Yes, Irabor, what's yours?
Irabor 100. That's how I keep it.
Thank you. All right, now, thank you. On the other side, which is in some minutes time or seconds time, I'll be playing you African music from 12 p.m. till 4 p.m. on the Casbah. And on Fridays, we take you all the way back to the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and the 90s. You are listening to Smooth 98.1. Irabor, go and laugh your fat away or your weight away.
All right, guys.
Your body shaming me. Your body shaming me.
Bye.